let's talk Pakistani dramas. Except let's not. I'm gonna give you my list of my top 5 Pakistani dramas next week because case number 9 begins this week and I want to see the first 2 episodes before I make my list. What I do want to talk about this week is this song. This is not meant to criticize, and I know I have a lot of Indian followers, so please listen to what I have to say with an open mind. This is not the first time this song has been copied. And copied again. The problem is, each time it has been copied, audiences across the border continue to give it eyeballs, continue to give it success, and even try to excuse it by saying it's legal. It's not.
हमारे हमसाए मुल्क ने 2-3 दफा इसका छापा मार दी.
Don't be fooled.
इजाजत
Without
लेते
giving any credit.
Without giving
any credit.
It's not legal.
नहीं तो अब आप YouTube पे क्लेम तो कर सकती हैं.
YouTube पे क्लेम तो अपनी जगह पे है, लेकिन उन्होंने तो हमारे वो वाले सॉन्ग्स भी कॉपी किए हैं जो नुसरत अली खान के बहुत सुपर हिट थे.
एक मॉरल पुलिस भी तो आपकी होती है.
आपको लगता है कि मॉरल्स अब कहीं एग्जिस्ट करते हैं?
Honestly, the only producers who have been honest with how they recreate Pakistani songs are Karan Johar and Mahesh Bhatt. Ironically, two people love to hate on. But they do it the legal way. And yes, sometimes Pakistani artists are not educated in their innocence and naivety and don't know what they're doing. Specifically in the case of Abrar al-Haq, who allowed a Pakistani film to use his song Punjabi Touch and didn't realize that by doing so, he was giving them the rights. That Lollywood company then turned around and sold the rights to Bollywood without his permission. Was it unethical? Yes, but that also kind of fell on Abrar. But that's not what happened here. That's not what happened with Hadika Kiani. That's not what would constantly happen with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. And that's not what happened with Atullah Asakhelvi's songs are copied. And their songs are copied on almost a monthly basis thanks to T-Series, which will not stop. Pakistanis don't have the strength or power to fight these large corporations, and we don't deny that music labels like T-Series are much more powerful than our small artists. I've heard people say that Pakistani artists also copy Indian music. Yeah, it happens here or there, but it's honestly rare, and when it does happen, it's usually some sort of strange mix-up. For example, the Tere Bin OST resembling this song. This matter was settled amicably. Both songs are now on YouTube. But I also see a lot of videos now being made about Bollywood songs, which are copied by Pakistanis. And most of those videos feature 90s Lollywood songs. If you don't know much about 90s Lollywood, let me explain. By the 90s, the Pakistani film industry had more or less completely fallen into decline. It was not something Pakistanis watched at all. These movies were now being produced for, and I don't want to be elitist, the lower class. And knowing that this was their audience, Pakistani producers did not care about ethics. They did not care to put a lot of work into these films. This audience was there for cheap thrills, and so Pakistani producers knew that using these Bollywood songs was a quick way to make easy money and objectify their lead actresses. We don't claim this era of the Pakistani industry. It's the equivalent of B-grade films. But Bollywood is on a much higher level, and it is world-known and recognized. Isn't it embarrassing that Bollywood has so many talented composers and singers, and yet they keep lifting songs from a rival nation? This hurts us, and I can admit that it hurts us, but why do you guys accept it? This is not an India versus Pakistan discussion. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but growing up here, I have had several people in my family marry Indians, and they are my family. So I would never drag India through the mud. But this needs to stop. It stinks. As Pakistanis, we acknowledge that we listen to Bollywood music all the time. We dance to Bollywood music at our weddings. I probably listen to more Bollywood on a daily basis than any Pakistani music. But we acknowledge it as Bollywood music. We acknowledge it as Indian. And as a Pakistani, we want our music to be recognized as Pakistani music. And I do know that there are many Indians who are against this practice, so don't take this video personally. I just needed to vent.